Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be talking about the UFC scrapping the 125-pound division, as well as Cejudo versus Dillashaw. And so it's not Dillashaw versus Cejudo, it's Dillashaw dropping down to 125 to face Cejudo for Cejudo's 125 title. So it's not Cejudo going up to face Dillashaw for his 135-pound title. So Cejudo precedes Dillashaw. Dillashaw's coming for his belt. But you all know that right now. So let's get into the topic of the video, and let's talk about these things. So the scrapping of the 125-pound division belt, I think division, like 125 had a lot of talent, and it was definitely growing very rapidly. At first, you might say at first it was kind of slow, but by the time, like presently, there's a lot of talent, a lot of skilled people coming up, and a lot of interesting opponents coming up. It's actually one of the better divisions. I say it might be competitive with 135, as you've seen a lot of 125ers actually go up and become ranked in the 135-pound division. And you saw a lot of these 135ers who were ranked just kind of just go to the wayside. It's not like they were so much younger than the 135-pound division. It was like they were around the same age. It's just that, matter of fact, most of those 125ers were better than the 135ers. Well, at least I say overall, most of them were better, it seemed, or at least as far as the ones that went up. But let's not get into that talk about that as much. I was saying division definitely had talent and definitely wasn't like no star division. I didn't think it was more so people didn't care about the 125-pound division and how dominant Demetrius Johnson was. A lot of people didn't want to tune into that, especially and a lot of people don't really like to watch small fighters. And plus, Mighty Mouse not really a talker like that, so pretty much all that stuff kind of factored against the division. And I guess the UFC saw it like as a smart business move to kind of get rid of the division, at least for now. Maybe the division will return, but for now, they're scrapping the division. Maybe in a couple years they'll come back, maybe even sooner, maybe they won't scrap it. But right now it's looking like that would be the move to scrap the division. But that's pretty much all I can say. You can't really argue too much about, oh, maybe these people were so good and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's a business. It's a sport, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and business precedes over sport. Because if they aren't making that money, or they aren't making smart decisions about the money, then the whole sport could kind of sink. So, or the whole league could kind of sink. It's not going to sink MMA. This is just UFC, but the whole league could sink. So they kind of like just focus on money first, and maybe that was a smart business move, and that's what they'll do. But like now, off of that, let's talk about what I really want to talk about is the Cejudo versus Dillashaw matchup. So it's kind of confusing that's at 125. It's seeming like they will scrap this division probably in 2019. Is this matchup will happen at UFC 233, which is at the beginning of 2019. So the division definitely will last through 2018, but how long will it last in 2019? Because they definitely want to scrap it, it seems. So you got, why would Dillashaw come down to 125? Would you want to make him a champ that bad, or give him a chance to be a champ that bad in a division that will most likely be scrapped? Will be scrapped. So he'll be a champ, and then he'll lose that other belt, but he could say he was a champ at one point. Like, what's the point of that? They say Cejudo destroys Dillashaw, embarrass him, just outclass him every single where. Just have like one of the most best performances in UFC MMA history. It destroys Dillashaw. So now he just destroyed the 135-pound champ. So he destroys him, but he has to go up and his weight class will get like dissolved and scrapped. So he'll have to go back up to 135 and fight Dillashaw again just to get a belt. Because he'll defend his belt, but he'll lose his belt just by means of his division getting scrapped. So it really kind of doesn't make the most sense. Why Dillashaw just cut it down to 125 just so he could say, oh, I could have made it. I could have fought Mighty Mouse and try to prove something to himself. And maybe try to just add accolades to his career by saying he was a champ. No, Cejudo's side, it's really not too much wins. And you could say, he definitely could say he fought, I guess, maybe the best guy around his weight class. He fought Mighty Mouse twice, lost to once, won once. And then he could beat Dillashaw. He could say he could have beat the best 135, or at least one of the best 135ers. And like, I guess that's what goes for him. But still, your division getting scrapped, you have to move up to 135. So if your division's already getting removed, why not just have the fight for the 135-pound belt? So if Cejudo wins, then it clears up to him. Like, he becomes the official champ of 135. And like I said, it's cool and all that Dillashaw could win 2 belts, but what's the point of winning a belt in a weight class that's about to get dissolved? And like, now let me kind of veer off a little bit and just kind of come to the conclusion. I think a lot of people think Dillashaw will get probably a clear favorite over Cejudo, but I don't really see that. Well, I see it's actually pretty closely contested matchup that could go either way. It depends on who brings their A game in the matchup, but they definitely both have the skills to beat one another. It's not no, oh, this guy's so much better than that guy, or that guy's so much better than this guy, or that guy's so much bigger and has this and that. I think it's pretty even, really. I think, like, kind of like hardcore fans kind of overrate Dillashaw, and they kind of I guess underrate Cejudo. So in reality, it's not that much difference between the two of them. They definitely have advantages in the fight. So that's really what I'm saying. Like, it's a pretty good fight. It might not be the most like fan like a fight that will get the fans out of their seat as far as just oh, who's fighting like Cejudo versus Dillashaw. That really doesn't draw mainstream, really draw nothing like that. But even the hardcore is probably gonna kind of think it's an easy win for Cejudo. I mean, easy win for Dillashaw. But in my opinion, I think it's a good matchup. But I say it's not like the most exciting matchup on paper, but I think it'll turn out to be one of those real exciting matchups that people will appreciate. Maybe put it on the card that has and then like some more name value or some more attraction value, and then put that matchup on either as a co-headliner or maybe the headliner, and then people will tune in and they'll see a pretty good matchup and probably one of the better fights in recent years, in my opinion. I think it has all the makings to be that type of fight. But to kind of sum it up, this whole video, I guess it's kind of bittersweet. The 125, it's not even bitter or bittersweet. It's just like disappointing that the 125 division has to go. I wanted to stick around, but it is what it is. It's the business side of things. As far as Cejudo versus Dillashaw, I think it's kind of weird to have that 125 is like you're about to get rid of this division, and like for whoever wins that matchup, it's kind of in a weird place. Well, sort of a weird place. Well, I think Cejudo more so is in a weird place. But Dillashaw, as a matter of fact, it kind of works more Dillashaw way if he wins. Because he wins, he can just go back to 135 and still the champ and say he's a champ, even if the division gets dissolved. But it's still kind of pointless to go down and win a belt that's going to get dissolved. I guess it just kind of diminishes his win a little bit, but not much. So in reality, I think it's more to Cejudo's disadvantage because even if he wins, well, I don't know, maybe he still is like beating the champ, because he's still the active 135-pound champ, but it's still like he'll win, but he'll lose his belt. I guess he'll have the fact that he beat the champ, but like I said, I just think it's kind of weird regardless for both people. But kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of better for Dillashaw than it is for Cejudo. I guess downside for Dillashaw is he had to cut to 125. Maybe he'll kind of give himself a handicap by draining himself to make 125, which gives Cejudo a better chance of winning. I guess making it more interesting to like fans because they think, how was Dillashaw look at 125? Will he lose anything? Will he look good at 125? How does he look? So I guess it adds interest. But all in all, like I said, it's a weird setup. I think it could have been handled a lot better. And in my opinion, I think it's just better to have it at 135 than 125 because, like I said, like 20 times in this video, the division's getting dissolved. So why fight over a belt that's about to be ghost, about to be nowhere to be found, about to be extinct, about to be written off out of the books. But yeah, that's about all I got to say for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.